5 Shocking Emotional Side Effects of Pearly Penile Papules. Anyone telling you that your pearly penile papules are related to any disease is lying to you, but so is anyone that claims that your papules are absolutely harmless. While we have always known that pearly penile papules are fairly common, only recently are we beginning to discover how damaging they can be to your sex life, your social life, and your overall happiness. Here are 5 ways pearly penile papules can really harm you. Potential sexual partners may mistake them for a sexually transmitted disease. This is by far the biggest concern pearly penile papule sufferers have, and research has confirmed that these fears are indeed based on reality. 3 out of 4 people wrongly identify pearly penile papules as a sexually transmitted disease, and most confess that they would be highly reluctant to get intimate with someone that has papules. It's true. We live in a hyper-vigilant culture where men and women are repeatedly told to watch out for sexually transmitted diseases. At an increasingly early age, both boys and girls are made aware of how common and dangerous STDs are, and that the only way to be absolutely safe is to practice abstinence. Because of this, venerophobia, which is the fear of catching STDs, is at an all-time high and climbing. And while this kind of extreme caution helps prevent STDs among the general public, PPP sufferers are the one unique group of people that are most hurt by it. People may think you have poor personal hygiene. This is the second most common misapprehension the general public has about pearly penile papules. When first greeted by the sight of penile papules, many people think that they are either dried up smegma or some form of penile acne. This is why one of the most commonly attempted treatments for PPP is either vigorously scrubbing them or applying acne spot treatments directly on the papules. Unfortunately, not only are these treatment methods ineffective, they often leave the penile surface severely irritated or even scarred. Your partner may simply find them unappealing and be turned off by them. Research now suggests that even partners of PPP sufferers rate penises with papules lower on an attractiveness scale than non-popular penises. Yes, even if you convince someone that your papules are harmless, you may not be able to convince them that they are appealing. This can end up affecting the quality of intimacy others share with you. Without a doubt, it is quite difficult to change one's ideals of attractiveness. What's even worse is that most people don't openly share their true feelings about their partner's papules in fears that it might hurt them. However, during anonymous surveys, most partners of PPP sufferers agree that the absence of papules would definitely go a long way in bed. Essentially, because people aren't used to seeing pearly penile papules, they instinctively find them odd or unattractive, and this can affect their level of sexual excitement towards you. It can affect your sexual performance. Simply knowing that most people are turned off by pearly penile papules can often be enough to affect one's self-confidence. PPP sufferers frequently report feeling shy and anxious in intimate situations, and in extreme cases this sexual anxiety can even lead to psychologically driven impotence. For many PPP sufferers, the fear of being judged or ridiculed often feeds into their fears of not being able to perform in bed. This leads to a vicious domino effect where even the slightest insecurity or worrying thought can instantly make your fears of underperforming during sex a self-fulfilling prophecy. Unfortunately, when some PPP sufferers do brave their insecurities and raise these concerns with their doctors, they are usually told to simply reassure their partner. This advice ignores 2 big things. First, this is an uncomfortable conversation that most people don't really want to have with their partners, and second, research suggests that these verbal reassurances don't even work. PPP can make it difficult to get into relationships. The harmful effects of pearly penile papules often set in long before the sufferer gets into an intimate situation. The fear of how a potential partner might perceive your papules makes some PPP sufferers avoid social situations that may even remotely turn intimate. This isn't just avoiding sex because you fear being judged. This is avoiding close relationships altogether just because things may turn sexual, something that is far more harmful because it has the capacity to not just devastate your sex life but also your social life. What's worse is that most PPP sufferers are unaware that they do this subconsciously as a defense mechanism to prevent their feelings from being hurt. Ironically, this behavior ends up pushing the PPP sufferer into social isolation where they constantly feel deprived of love and intimacy. Yes, the dangers of PPP can stretch way beyond the walls of your bedroom and deep into your everyday life.